You say you want success, but let me ask you something real. How much time are you actually putting into building the life you talk about? You can't keep saying you want it and still act like you got forever to get it. The truth is, potential doesn't pay bills. Potential doesn't build dreams. Potential doesn't make people respect you. Execution does. Every single day, choice to make. Keep dreaming about it or stop moving toward it. I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about right now. Because the moment you start, that's the moment life starts changing. Most people live their lives in almost. They almost started the business, almost got serious about their health, almost took the risk. Well, listen, almost never changed anyone's life. Almost is another word for wasted time. You don't get points for trying. You get results from doing. The reason some people never see their greatness is because they treat their dream like a hobby, not a commitment. They're waiting for the mood to hit, for motivation, to show up, for somebody to push them. You got to stop relying on how you feel and start relying on what you're willing to do no matter how you feel. Every single one of us has the same 24 hours. You don't get more because you want it bad. And you don't get less because you had a rough start. The only difference between the successful and the average is how they use their time. Some people use those hours to build, while others waste them scrolling, talking, and wishing. You can't get time back. Once it's gone forever. And that's why every minute matters. Every decision you make, every distraction you allow, every excuse you tell yourself, it's all shaping the life you're living right now. You got to decide that your time is too valuable to waste. Stop waiting for motivation to knock on your door. It's not coming. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. They might never do it. Stop waiting for the right moment, because there is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you decide to move. People say, I'll stop when things settle down. But here's the truth. Life never settles down. You've got to learn to move through the chaos, through the fear, through the uncertainty. That's where growth happens. That's where you find out who you really are. There are people out there right now working in silence, building brick by brick, while others are still talking about what they're going to do. You can't keep saying on one day. You've got to make today that day. Every day you wait, someone else gets close to the spot you're praying for. Somebody out there is hungrier, more focused, and more consistent. And the only reason they'll win isn't because they're better than you. It's because they're using their time while you're wasting yours. You don't need more opportunities. You need more discipline. You don't need more luck. You need more work ethic. You don't need more time. You just need to stop wasting the time you already have. You've got to get serious about your grind. You've got to be intentional with your hours. Start cutting off the distractions. Turn your phone off when it's time to work. Wake up earlier. Stay up later. Put in that extra hour of focus. And when you don't feel like it, that's when you push harder. Because success doesn't care about your feelings. It only responds to your effort. There's somebody right now who's tired, who's broken, who's struggling, but they're still grinding. Why? Because they made a decision that quitting isn't an option. You got to have that same mindset. You got to tell yourself, I'm not stopping until I build something I'm proud of. The life you want isn't built in one day. It's built day by day. Every choice you make is a brick. Every time you show up, every time you refuse to quit, every time you work when it's uncomfortable, you're laying another brick in your foundation. That's how greatness is built. Not in big leaps, but in consistent steps. You might not see the results right away, and that's okay. Just because it's not happening fast doesn't mean it's not happening at all. Stay consistent. Stay locked in. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Because one day, all those small steps will add up to something powerful. And when that day comes, when you look around and realize the life you're living is one you built with your own two hands, you'll understand why the struggle was necessary. You'll understand why you had to say no to certain things, why you had to separate from certain people, why you had to sacrifice comfort for purpose. Because comfort never built greatness. Discipline did. And that's why every moment you spend grinding, every hour you invest in yourself, every second you refuse to waste, it all matters. So stop waiting for somebody to save you. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Time is the most valuable thing you have, but most people treat it like it's endless. You can make more money, you can rebuild your health, You can even repair relationships, but once time is gone, it's gone forever. The seconds you waste can't be bought back. That's why you have to treat every moment like it matters, because it does. The problem is that people live like they have unlimited tomorrows. They say, I'll start next week, or I'll get serious when I'm ready. But the truth is, you'll never be ready. The only time you truly have is right now. And if you don't value that, you're throwing away the most powerful resource in your life. Look around at the people who are successful, the ones you admire. They don't have more time than you. They have the same 24 hours you do. The difference is they respect their time. They guard it. They don't waste it on things that don't serve their goals. While some people are talking about what they're going to do, others are already doing it. While one person is complaining about being tired, another is up early, grinding. Time doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't stop for anyone. The clock keeps ticking, whether you're working or wasting it. And one day you're going to look back and wish you had done more with the hours you let slip through your fingers. You've got to start thinking differently about how you use your time. Every moment you spend should either be building you up, teaching you something, or bringing you closer to your goals. That doesn't mean you can't rest or have fun, but it does mean you got to be intentional. You can't keep spending hours scrolling, gossiping, or overthinking. You can't keep saying yes to things that don't move you forward. Time is like currency. Every second you spend is a transaction. Ask yourself, what am I buying with my time? Because one day that investment is going to show up in your results. If you're wasting your hours, you're buying regret. But if you're investing your hours, you're buying freedom. Most people say they don't have time, but the truth is they're just not managing it. They let distractions run their life. They wake up late, move without purpose, and wonder why nothing changes. If you want to build a life you're proud of, you have to take control of your schedule. Wake up with intention. Plan your day before your day plans you. Give yourself deadlines. You give yourself deadlines. And when you say you're going to do something, honor it. Don't treat your goals like suggestions. Treat them like promises. Every promise you keep builds your confidence. Every time you stick to your plan, you train your mind to trust you. That's how discipline grows. You've got to understand that time is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Dreamers talk about what they want. Doers schedule it, plan it, and make it happen. You can't keep letting your emotions decide how your day goes. You'll never feel like working every day. You'll never always feel motivated, but time doesn't wait for your feelings. You've got to move whether you're inspired or not. The moment you take control of your time, you take control of your life. Because success is not built in big moments. It's built in small, consistent actions done over time. Think about it like this. Every day you waste is another brick missing from your foundation. You can't build something solid if you're constantly stopping and starting. You have to show up every day, even when you're tired. Even when you're tired, even when no one is watching, even when progress feels slow. That's how greatness is built, through time invested with purpose. You have to decide that you're done letting time control you. You're done saying, I'll do it later. You're done living like you got forever, because you don't. Every sunrise is a reminder that time is moving, whether you move or not. You got to stop treating time like it's a gift that renews itself. Once today is gone, it's gone forever. And here's the crazy part. You never know how much time you got left. That's why you can't waste it being afraid. You can't waste it being lazy. You can't waste it waiting for someone else to believe in your dream. The clock is ticking, and every second counts. Every second is a chance to get better, to grow, to move closer to your goals. Use your time to become the person you're supposed to be. Use it to build, to create, to learn, to serve. You might think small choices don't matter, but they do. The hours you waste today become the opportunities you lose tomorrow. The hours you invest today become the results you see next year. Time compounds just like money. The more wisely you use it, the greater the return. So start investing your time in things that bring you closer to the life you want. Read, learn, work out, build your business, strengthen your mindset. Surround yourself with people who respect your time, not those who waste it. Because when you start valuing your time, your entire life begins to shift. There is no such thing as the perfect moment. People waste years of their lives waiting for that magical time when everything feels right, when all the stars align, when conditions are perfect to begin. But that moment never comes. Life is never gonna pause for you. The truth is, the perfect moment is an illusion created by fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of discomfort. You're waiting for confidence to show up before you act, but confidence only grows when you start. You're waiting for clarity, but clarity only comes after you've taken the first step. You don't get ready and then go. You go and then you get ready. So many people live their entire lives in the waiting room of opportunity. They say they're not ready yet. They say they need more time, more money, more knowledge. But the greatest people in history didn't start with perfect condition. They started with what they had. They figure it out along the way. The difference between the person who succeeds and the one who doesn't isn't luck. It's that one of them moved while the other one waited. Every minute you spend waiting is a minute lost forever. You can't afford to keep waiting for permission to chase what you were meant to do. You've got to stop overthinking and start moving. Stop trying to control every outcome before you take the first step. Stop telling yourself you'll start when you feel more confident, because that day may never come. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you build momentum. That momentum builds strength. That strength turns into progress, and that progress turns into results. Waiting doesn't give you progress. It gives you regret. There's no perfect time to chase your dream, start your business, change your habits, or rebuild your life. Life doesn't hand you ideal conditions. It gives you obstacles so you can grow through them. You have to learn to work with imperfection. The conditions might not be perfect, but your commitment can be. Your effort can be. Your consistency can be. The person who wins isn't the one who waits for a clear path. It's the one who starts walking even when the road is messy and uncertain. Every single day you delay, the gap between who you are and who you want to be gets wide. Keep thinking time is your friend, but it's not. It's moving whether you move or not. You'll look back and wish you started sooner. You'll wish you didn't waste so much time worrying about what could go wrong instead of believing in what could go right. The fear you're letting hold you back is temporary, but the regret of not trying lasts forever. You don't need perfect timing. You just need to start now. People love to say, I'll start on Monday, or next month will be my time. But the truth is, the more you delay, the more you teach your brain that your goals can wait. You start normalizing procrastination. You start believing that waiting is safer than doing. That waiting is safer than doing. But success doesn't reward the safe. It rewards the bold. Every great success story begins with someone who started before they felt ready. They didn't have all the answers, but they had the courage to move. And courage will take you further than comfort ever could. You've got to understand that starting messy is better than not starting at all. You can fix mistakes, but you can't fix wasted time. You can improve your strategy, but you can't improve a decision you never made. The first version of anything you do will never be perfect, and that's okay. Progress is born in imperfection. Every failure is feedback. Every setback is a lesson. Every misstep is a step closer to mastery. You can't learn to swim by reading about water. You have to jump in. So stop waiting for things to make sense. Stop waiting for other people to support you. Stop waiting till you feel motivated. Motivation fades, but discipline will carry you through every storm. You got to tell yourself it's not about being ready. It's about being willing. Willing to fail, willing to learn, willing to grow, willing to keep going even when it's hard. The moment you make that decision, your life begins to change. Every great creator, every successful entrepreneur, every athlete who made it to the top, they all have one thing in common. They started. They didn't wait for conditions to be perfect. They started with fear in their chest, doubt in their mind, and fire in their soul. They learned along the way. They adjusted. They improved. And because they moved, they grew. You have that same power inside you. You just have to stop letting fear paralyze your potential. There's beauty in beginning. There's power in the first step. You might not see the whole path right now, but if you trust the process and keep walking, the path reveals itself. Every step forward brings you closer to your dream. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the belief that you need more time. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. Some mornings you wake up ready to conquer the world, and other days you can barely find the energy to get out of bed. That's normal. But if you rely on motivation to build your dreams, you'll never get far. Motivation is temporary. It's a spark, not a fire. It's great to get you started, but it won't keep you going when things get hard. That's why consistency matters more than motivation. Discipline is what separates those who wish from those who win. It's showing up when you don't feel like it, putting in work even when you're tired, and then doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. You can't wait until you feel inspired to take action because that feeling might never come. The people who achieve greatness don't rely on moods. They rely on routines. They don't say, I'll do it when I feel like it. They say, I'll do it because it needs to be done. That's the mindset that changes lives. Discipline means you make a decision once and you stick with it. You don't renegotiate your commitment every morning. You don't look for excuses when things get uncomfortable. You push through. You keep moving. You keep building. You keep building. That's how you create progress that lasts. When you build discipline, you take your emotions out of the driver's seat. You stop letting how you feel dictate what you do. Some days you'll feel strong, other days you'll feel weak. But if you keep showing up, you'll always make progress. The truth is, feelings are fleeting, but results are forever. The sweat, the grind, the repetition, it all adds up. Every day you show up when it's hard. You're training your mind to be tougher than your emotions. You're proving to yourself that you can do hard things. That's how you earn confidence. Not by talking about it, but by doing it repeatedly until it becomes who you are. Most people quit not because they can't do it, but because they only work when they feel motivated. They wait for the perfect wave of inspiration before taking action. But success isn't about catching waves. It's about rowing when the sea is calm and rowing when it's rough. It's about moving forward even when the world feels heavy. Motivation might start the journey, but discipline finishes it. It's the daily decisions, the consistency, the small wins that build the life you're proud of. Think about it. Every time you give into laziness or distractions, you're training yourself to accept mediocrity. But every time you show up and do the work, even when it's tough, you're strengthening your character. You're telling your future self, I've got you. You're building habits that make success inevitable because discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first few days might be hard. The first few weeks might be uncomfortable, but eventually it becomes a lifestyle. You stop thinking about whether you want to do it and you just do it because it's who you are now. Motivation might help you start going to the gym, but discipline keeps you going after the excitement fades. Motivation might get you to open a book, but discipline keeps studying when you're tired. Motivation might push you to start a business, but discipline keeps you building when no one's buying. You see, motivation is emotional, but discipline is foundational. It's not about how you feel in the moment. It's about the standard you set for yourself. When you raise your standard and refuse to accept anything less, you stop depending on moods and stop depending on principles. There will always be days when you want to quit, when you question if it's worth it. Those are the days that define you. That's where character is built. Anybody can show up when it's easy. Anybody can work hard when everything's going their way. But the great ones keep showing up when the world feels like it's against them. They keep grinding when no one's watching. They understand that every rep, every hour, every sacrifice into their future, it might not pay off today, but it will eventually because discipline always pays off. You can't let short-term feelings destroy long-term goals. Every time you push through a day when you didn't feel like it, you're gaining something more valuable than success. You're gaining self-respect. You're proving that you can depend on yourself. You're building a kind of inner strength that can't be shaken by failure, fatigue, or fear. That's why discipline is freedom. It frees you from the trap of inconsistency. It frees you from being controlled by your moods. It frees you from the cycle of starting and stopping. The difference between a dream and a goal is discipline. A dream is something you think about. A goal is something you work on daily. A disciplined person doesn't ask, do I feel like it today? They ask, what needs to be done today? Every dream, every goal, every achievement starts with one step, one brick. But most people don't understand the power of building slowly, consistently, one layer at a time. They want success to happen overnight. They want the house without laying the foundation, without laying the foundation. They want the glory without the grind. But that's not how greatness works. Greatness is built brick by brick, day by day, with patience, persistence, and pain. Every small effort you put in, every decision you make to move forward instead of standing still, that's a brick. It might not look like much at first, but over time, those bricks stack up and turn into something solid, something real, something you can be proud of. You have to understand that progress doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it's invisible. You might be putting in the work and not seeing results right away. You might feel like nothing's changing, but something is happening. You're changing. You're becoming stronger, wiser, more resilient. Every time you stay consistent, you're adding another brick to your foundation. The reason so many people never build anything great is because they quit before their foundation is finished. They give up halfway through the process because it doesn't look like progress yet. But that's the secret. Success looks like nothing for a long time before it looks like everything. Building brick by brick means you learn to appreciate the process, not just the outcome. You stop chasing instant results and start valuing small wins. You stop comparing your progress to others and start trusting your pace. Every day you wake up and choose discipline over comfort, you're building. Every time you show up when it's hard, when it's inconvenient, when no one is cheering for you, you're laying another brick. And those bricks matter because one day you'll look back and realize they became the walls that protect your dream. You can't rush real growth. Fast success fades fast. What's built overnight usually falls apart the same way. But when you build slowly, intentionally, when you pour effort and time into every detail, you create something that lasts. It's not about how fast you can get there. It's about how strong you become along the way. The journey shapes you into the kind of person who can handle the success you're chasing. Because if success comes too soon, without the grind to match it, it'll slip away. That's why patience and persistence matter more than speed. Some days you'll feel like you're not moving forward at all. You'll doubt yourself. You'll question if it's even worth it. But that's part of the building process. Every builder knows there are days when the work feels endless. There are days when the foundation takes forever to set. But quitting isn't an option. Because if you stop now, everything you've already built goes to waste. You've got to keep stacking bricks, even when you're tired. You've got to trust that each small effort is leading somewhere bigger. The truth is, greatness is boring most of the time. It's not flashy. It's not glamorous. It's early mornings, late nights, long hours, and quiet sacrifices. It's choosing to build when no one notices, choosing to grow when no one's watching, choosing to stay focused when distractions are screaming for your attention. It's about putting in effort when you rather rest, because you know rest feels good now, but regret lasts forever. Building brick by brick means accepting that success takes time, then being okay with that. You have to fall in love with the process. Every step you take, every struggle you face, every lesson you learn is a part of the structure you're building. Even your failures are bricks. Every mistake teaches you something new. Every setback gives you a stronger foundation to build on. The key is not to stop stacking. You might fail, but fail forward. You might fall, but fall forward. Every step, even the ones that hurt, moves you closer to what you're building. When you build something brick by brick, you start to appreciate how much it costs. Not just in time or energy, but in effort, sacrifice, and discipline. And that's why when you finally make it, you'll value it more. You'll protect it. You'll cherish it. Because you'll remember every brick you laid, every late night, every moment of doubt you pushed through. You'll know you earned it. You'll know you didn't take shortcuts. That's what makes success meaningful. It's not handed to you. It's built by you. And here's the thing. No one can take away something you built with your own hand. When you've done the work, when you've laid every brick yourself, it's yours. You've earned it through consistency and resilience. People will see the finished building, but they won't see the sweat, the tears, the long days. They'll call you lucky, but you'll know luck had nothing to do with it. You built it piece by piece when others were giving up.